You know, you have, gosh, you know, sorry guys, I read that, and to be plainly honest with you, that just confused me so bad. I think I need to change that slide, because I think it should say respond. I don't even know, but what comes out here, gosh, you know, it's so funny because I told Heidi back here before I came out, I said, Heidi, I have finally got this talking business down. I am ready to give speeches. You know, I am ready to be a professional speaker and motivate people and be a motivational speaker. And it's not going to be just these weird things. But obviously, I have a lot to work on. Gosh, dang it. All right, so respond, don't react. What that really means is respond to certain circumstances that don't go your way. Because how many people in here have started a weight loss journey and you've lost 10 pounds the first week, you put in the time, or you've lost weight the first week? Raise your hand. How many of you done that? And then the next week, you had your reset meal and you got on the scale and it all of a sudden fired right back up. Right? Did that happen? Yep. Raise your hand. Be honest, because we've all done it. I've done it before. I did it for 30 years of my life. And I was like, diet sucked. This is not worth it. I'm not doing it anymore. Right? That's the talk we had in our heads, right? Do we have that? Be honest, guys. Changing is being authentic and being vulnerable and opening yourself up. That's how you're going to change. Okay, it's not going to be about diet and exercise. That's the honest truth. But see, guys, now is you're going to be pissed off though. That's one thing that I learned also from Chris is there was a couple times where I was on the scale and it didn't even freaking move. And I know these guys over here can tell you they've been frustrated before. And you get off that scale and you're like, this isn't working. I've done everything I'm supposed to. You know, some of you probably been like, screw this. You know, Richard doesn't know what he's talking about. I've done this exactly what he said. And it's not working. You know, but it is. But then you got to sit back and go, man, just a week ago, though, I was on top of the world. You know, I'm not going to, this is the new me. I'm committed. I'm going to make a change. And I'm going to keep on moving forward. And you're going to keep on going. Guys, that's what it takes. Every day is a grind for me to keep it off. People that say that maintenance is easier than losing it is not the truth. Because one thing is for sure, when you're in maintenance, I mean, Chris and I do tell me this, though, which is great, is they say, I look good, you know, but when you're done losing the weight, nobody comes up to you and goes, man, nice job in maintenance mode, you're killing it. You know? You never hear that. But when you're losing the weight, everybody comes up to you and says, dang, you look good now, man. But then in a couple of years, people are going to be like, oh, that's good. You know, oh, it's a skinny guy. You know, it's like, but you got to remember where you came from. Just remember that. I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if we did always say, like, Richard Morris, Richard, maintenance, you're killing it, boy, you're looking great. Every time I come out here, I'm going to start doing that to him now. Every time. Richard, how much you curling these days? You know, he loves the curls. That's the thing about him. I love it. But no one ever talks about that. But you got to remember where he came from, though, in circumstances. And I want to share with you guys now, there's a video clip that I'm going to share with you next that I'm going to share with you guys. And it was a circumstance that I was put in. And I was put on the spot, and I had to respond. And we'll just go ahead and show that right here.
Una segunda.
Maybe.
It's coming.
I always have so much fun with Derek every time we do work these slides. It's just the best. Oh, this is lovely rocks. And we.
Just gonna watch an ocean scene.
Where was that? These are all of Derek's emails. Does anybody want to read what's really going on?
Well, know my secrets.
Be riding on the sunset. This role is the most important thing I've ever done in my life, no question, because it's something that I would have never done 6 months ago. Every day that it gets closer to that day, it is in my head every day. When I'm gonna work out in the gym and I'm just kind of thinking in my mind's going, I'm thinking about like,
Bruce has never had the closure with what his father's done to him, and he needs to heal. This is what he needs to do in order to transform.
All right, guys. Well, today's the day. How you guys feeling?
Anxious.
A little worried.
Bruce carried around the guilt of his silence for years, and this is finally his opportunity to take a stand.
I do want to know what's going through your mind right now.
I kind of like didn't know what to expect, for today, and like I'm feeling it now, like, because I don't need to like deal with that anymore, live in that shadow anymore. I don't want people to look at me like, oh, that's Bruce that went through that. I just want people to look at me if that's Bruce because, dude, that nigga's a freaking stud.
Today's the day that you want to load all of that weight.
Yeah.
Because that's his weight to carry, not yours.
This is the time for Bruce to close that chapter in his life and to move on with the rest of the book that could be so phenomenal. But if he keeps this chapter open, it will haunt him for the rest of his life.
As I walked in the room, I just had a lot of nerves and anxiety. I didn't know what to expect. I was shaking. I mean, you just can't prep your mind enough to know what you're gonna feel like.
Good afternoon. This is the time set for a rehearing for Danny Pitcher under number 137603. Is that you, sir?
Yes, it is.
If you would please raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Do you swear that the information you provide today will be truthful and accurate?
Yes.
Thank you.
To see him, in the back of him and just hearing him talk was just really nerve-wracking.
In the original charging information, there were 22 counts of various child sex abuse. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. I mean, you've been, at bare minimum, grooming kids since 1980, and maybe even before that, but that's as far back as I'm aware of. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
As the head of the parole board read off the list of all the accusations and all the convictions, you could just see Bruce visibly shaking and crying. Bruce couldn't escape his past. He's sitting directly in front of him is his father, who abused him for the majority of his life, and sitting 2 rows behind him is his dad's whole side of the family, just sitting there glaring at him.
So you're aware of your ex-wife's written letter as well as your oldest son, Bruce. Bruce says that you abused him basically for as long as he can remember. Is that accurate?
I test, in my therapy, I've given all of the results and the behaviors I participated in. We were always close as a father and son. We did a lot of stuff together at Halloween time. We used to put makeup on him and help him out there and so forth. And so I'm very proud of both my sons. They mean a lot to me.
You just gave me a really long answer, but it didn't even answer my question. All I asked was, is that accurate? Did you abuse Bruce or not?
No.
And the fact that you went on this rambling diatribe tells me you're not being honest. I mean, you should look me point blank in the face and say, no, I didn't abuse my son if you didn't. And so that causes me great concern, not only because what does he have to gain by making it
What
up?
I'm thinking of, what abuse is I'm accused of there? That means mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse?
Sexual?
Sexual, I'll say no.
Well, why would he say that you did? Help me understand, because you can imagine, being the victim, how embarrassing it would be to talk about something like this, especially at the hands of your own father. So I don't see that he has anything to gain by coming forward with this. It's highly suspect given the other victims that you do have. So we're gonna have to agree to disagree on what I think happened, but it's the way it is.
If the parole board feels that Bruce's father is ready to be released from prison, it could happen this year. It's hard to think that this man actually has a chance of walking free. We can't let that happen.
Bruce, you don't have to speak if you don't want to, but it's your choice if you'd like to. I'm happy to hear from you.
Bruce is all over the place. I'm freaking out because I'm thinking he might not go through with this.
All right, when the board of pardons member asked me to speak, I was like, no way. But then, it just came to me and said, you know what, this is what I said I would do. And since I started this thing, I said I was going to work the hardest. And I was truly going to transform. And I said if I was able to speak, I would speak. And I did.
Do you swear that the information you provide today will be truthful and accurate?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you just tell us your name so that we have it for the record?
First Danny Pitcher.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear whatever you would like to say.
I just wanted to say that I did love my dad with all my heart, and I thought that he was the greatest thing ever, and I did so many things that try to make him happy in so many ways, and I wanted to be that son. And it kills me to say this, but I'm sorry, Dad, but I don't think he should get out. And it's hard for me to say. I just believe that's what needs to happen for his safety and for everybody else's. And I just wanted to make a stand for all the other victims that have ever been victimized, that it's okay to confront the person that did it to you. And that's what I wanted to say today. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Mr. Pinter, do you have anything to say in response?
How my son? He means a great deal to me.
And it brings me back 6 months ago when I was standing in the gym with Bruce, and I told him that he's in training for the big game. I see you confronting him in the future. Unloading all of that weight that you've carried around for years. That's the state championship right there. This was the big game. He did it. And without a doubt, today was one of the most powerful things that I've ever been a part of in my life.
I don't know specifically what I'm going to recommend as I sit here, but I think I've been pretty clear to you how concerned I am about the wake of victims that you've left. So it will take us 2 to 4 weeks, maybe, to get you a decision in writing, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
For Bruce to get up there and to say to his father what he's wanted to say for decades. He spoke his mind, and he left it there in the prison. Bruce finally closed that chapter on his life, and now he can truly heal. His transformation, it's just beginning.
Thank you so much. That day would have never been possible if it wasn't for the support that I had. And one of my closest friends there, Skylar, was there. I had some football coaches that were there that were a big influence in my life. Chris and Heidi were there. So many people that you didn't see were there, and so many of my friends that couldn't make it because there just wasn't enough room in that prison that day. And I'm so grateful for all those people that have helped me become the person I am today. And I'm so blessed for what happened to me in my life. I wouldn't trade for anything for these people that I've met throughout my life. And I could go on and on, so long about them. And I've told you about some of them tonight. Joel, Chris and Heidi, of course, Tommy, Gmo, Heidi's brother. Heidi's whole entire family actually has gone beyond. And just my friends back home. I mean, they're the greatest people around. And I just want you guys to know that it's all about support, and you can't do this without it. And I'm just so happy that I was able to come here once again. My favorite place to come talk is, without a doubt, is this team. So thank you for having me again tonight. One more thing too. One other thing, this guy wasn't a part of my journey till later afterwards, but he's gonna be here in 2 weeks. And guys, we need to get the word out. This guy's one of the most powerful people I've ever met, and I've learned so much from him. And it's Bob Brenner right here. He's coming. And I challenge all of you guys, he's gonna have his book. And I challenge every you guys to get it. This is my second book I'm gonna start reading finally. Woo! A little something different. But his message is so powerful. You guys will love this guy. He's so genuine, and he has taught me so much. He is the most successful extreme weight loss contestant there has ever been. He's wrote a freaking book. He's kept the weight off for so long. I mean, the guy is just a stand-up, awesome dude, even though, you know, he's from Wisconsin. Just kidding, Bob. Just kidding, buddy Bob. If he's watching, I don't know if he is. But, you know, but be here in 2 weeks to hear him talk and spread the word. That guy deserves to get a huge crowd, and you guys all deserve to hear his message because it is truly a transformation and how much he really has come. So I love that guy. So thank you. Who's pitcher? Give it up one more time.
Guys, anybody inspired here? Committed? Who's committed more now than they walked this morning? Back row wasn't committed? Ken Miller, you're not committed, buddy? Okay, so we're going to move on with our night, and Bruce is going to be here during the break, take pictures with anybody who wants to take pictures with him. So he's going to stand up here in front of the stage. So Bruce is going to be right up here, you guys, in front of the stage. So if you'd like to get a picture with Bruce while the break, just line up right here, and then come visit him. We'll have someone here to take pictures. Okay. He doesn't get it. I'm getting that same line. You can walk in. Yeah. So you got the Raiders book, and then you got Bob's book. What's the third book? You ever consider reading Chris's book?
I've read that.
Just consider Chris and I have a pretty good book out there too. Yeah, so choose more to lose more. Oh, that doesn't come out until December. Do you think you can get a copy earlier?
You know, I just think they're great.
It's like you're reading a book and you're talking.
So.
All right, guys. So here's the deal. Right now it is what time? I can't see the light. What time? 7:30.
No, I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know if you post those yet or no.
No, I keep those out. Good idea. Good thought. And that's up to them. If everyone wants to take pictures with them, then they tell people. I don't think it's like top secret. It's just, hey, we're not posting them yet.
I was telling her I took a couple with the best class.
Oh, that's so cool. So Rhonda's on here. Hi, Rhonda. And while I was talking with people during the break, she can totally hear everything. Anyone on YouTube can totally hear everything. So she was like, "Can you stop me on the conversation?" So they can hear everything we're talking about. We love you guys out there. Oh, Kristen Hattie up there. Cool.
Really? Now they're up here? not before.
Nice Zoom. I got my voice captured. I like this song. It gets me going.